this is Sierra Nevada and welcome to another video. Today we are doing something, doing another short story, except we're doing 3 mini short stories in one, because I don't want to do 3 separate videos when I can combine them all into one, because they are related to each other. And I guess if you read the title on top of the screen, they are the short stories of Stampy's helpers that are in Stampy's lovely world. I only did the 3 recent helpers because they basically have stories told. And they're basically based off their official Twitters and what they've said, because it's kind of hard to know their full story if it's only one perspective. And the Twitters have actually helped. I'll leave the Twitter accounts in the description below if you want to check it out. And yes, they are the official ones. You can check who follows them if you want. It's like Stampy follows William Beaver's account. Pretty sure the others are followed. Well, they are followed by Squishy. And yeah, that's up for you to decide. But this is the story I'm telling, based on their Twitter, and it's just for fun. Let's do this. The first story is the story of William Beaver. And we have a nice picture and the characteristics that I gave him: intelligent, builder, miner, digger, loyal, and protector. There may be more, there may be less, but I thought that would just be fun to do. Okay, let's actually start with the story. There was once a beaver who lived secretly in Stampy's lovely world. He was a shy but determined beaver who didn't talk much. His name was William, and he lived inside of a cave that was across from Stampy's balcony. His home for months without the cat even realizing he was there. William loved to explore the world, fight against googlies, go mining, so much more. He was happy about living in his cozy little cave, but he was nervous about Stampy figuring it out. After all, he couldn't be completely sure that the cat would like the fact that he was living there. But he did manage to hide the fact that he is living there, even though he did have to deal with the occasional zombie or two coming into his home and attacking him in the middle of the night. But he didn't mind. He was happy here. What could possibly go wrong in a world as peaceful as this? One day, as the beaver was exploring the world, he noticed someone was sneaking around, watching the cat from time to time. It made him nervous, unsure if he should trust this strange person he soon learned was Beaver Dash. But after a while of not saying anything, he realized this new person was getting more and more fishier, wandering off after finishing off whatever they had been working on. William was starting to feel afraid for Stampy's safety in the lovely world. But when he tried to warn someone about what was going on, no one would believe him. He noticed the helpers that were with Stampy were avoiding Viva as much as possible. Something wasn't matching up. He needed to do something about it. But how? William kept a close eye on Viva, following her whenever she wandered off and discovering the truth he had known all along. She was working for Hit the Target. She was tricking and manipulating Stampy into trusting her. He couldn't just stand around and do nothing. Stampy needed him. Finally, the beaver got the courage to pick up his sword and headed toward the fortress, where he knew Viva headed to. And he had to deal with the problem himself. But when he got there was no Viva or his target to be seen. Stampy was on the island, battling a beast called the Wither. He helped the cat defeat the Wither. During a quick nap, finally revealed the secret he had kept from the cat for months. And he was relieved to know that he was okay with it. He was welcomed here in the lovely world, and for years he continued to have fun building, digging, defending, and playing minigames with his friends, both new and old. And he would have no other way. That is the end of the first one. William Beaver's story. We move on to Polly, which is definitely followed by Squishy. So is Vizzy's Twitter account. I definitely know that because I follow her. And yeah, I'm that kind of person. Next to Polly Reindeer. Nice little picture of Polly. Characteristics: gentle, smart, builder, redstone expert, loves making new friends, exploring, discovering new things. Yeah. I tried to reflect their personalities and stories. It's definitely interesting to do. Especially since we don't get to know that much about them, except from scattered things that we find. So let's see what this comes up with. Far away from Stampy's lovely world, all the way up north to the North Pole, lived a gentle but humble reindeer who loved snowball fights, building, and so much more. She worked hard for her boss, Santa, to prepare for Christmas year-round. It was non-stop work and prepare in the North Pole. She didn't mind. She just felt that if she wanted, it felt like, I'm sorry, that was a weird sentence. She felt as if, however, she felt that she wanted more. This reindeer's name was Polly. I'm sorry I messed up on that sentence. Let's move on. Polly had heard so much about stories that her friend Rudolph had shared about his brief meeting with a cat named Stampy, who lived in a lovely world. Ever since she'd heard all about it, she'd always wanted to go, hoping that Santa would let her come to join him to visit. She was a hard worker, helping build stables for herself and her friends. Even though she couldn't join her friends in their flying games, she was the only reindeer who could not fly in the North Pole. She still found her own ways to have fun. But what she wanted to do most was to meet this new person she had learned so much about. One day, after convincing Santa to let her ride the sleigh with him, he told her that he might actually consider having her come with him to the lovely world. She couldn't believe it. Her dreams were actually coming true. Oh, she was so unbelievably excited about the news she'd been told. She was going to help Santa and visit the lovely world. What more could she ever want? She did everything she could, counting down the seconds until she knew it would be time to go. Christmas would finally arrive, and she was going to do one of the things she had so badly wanted to do. After hearing about the lovely world, she was ecstatic and hopeful, not sure what she would expect. But when the day finally arrived, she couldn't help but feel a little nervous. What would Stampy be like? She knew what Rudolph had told her about him, but she really wanted to see for herself. She hoped it was even more amazing than her friend had told her it was. Finally, she climbed into the sleigh, joining Santa as they went off to go around the world, dropping off presents as they went along. But as they went through the lovely world, Polly watched in surprise as some of the presents fell off the sleigh. I spelled sleigh wrong. Then more and more. They were forced to land and went to look for the presents when they were met by Stampy. Stampy eagerly helped them look for all the presents and returned them back to the sleigh before Santa invited him for a ride. Polly watched in amazement and excitement as they flew over the lovely world and off to the North Pole, not believing just how great and unbelievable all of this was. When they arrived at the North Pole, Polly enthusiastically went to show Stampy around, showing him all the stables and even her own. She was so excited that she was finally able to meet the guy she had heard so much about. It was the best day of her life. What more could she want? After some ice fishing and snowball fights, the reindeer was not expecting what the cat had offered her next. He had wanted her to join him in his lovely world to help him build. She was in disbelief, but excited as well. Of course she wanted to help. She had made him a new friend, and he seemed nice and trusting enough. Santa agreed to the arrangements after making sure it was what she had wanted to do, and brought them both back to the lovely world. She was sad to have to watch Boss go, but she knew he'd be back to see her next year, and the year after that, and how many more years it would be along the way. This was the best Christmas she could ever have, building and playing in the lovely world, helping her new friend, and hopefully making new friends along the way. She couldn't wait to see what she would do next, but she didn't care. This was what she had always wanted. Finally, her wish had come true. She would never forget her home, but she would have fun and make new friends here. She was excited and ready for it all. This was totally the best thing that had ever happened to her, and she wanted to keep it that way. That is the end of Polly's story, most of which came from the Twitter feed. Yeah, but Biddy was the most interesting of them, because, yeah, there are some things that are in a Twitter thing, and some things you have to notice. It's like, I had to spin a story from the random things he's posted. And I managed it. And, he was the most fun to do. And, yeah. Let's see how this one goes. Okay, characteristics of Mr. Fizzy Elephant. Fun, cheerful, smart, intelligent. Loves a good party with fireworks and cookies. And friends. And it's even better when he's all of it is together. Perfect. Cookie roll? Yeah, that was my best attempt. Sorry. Let's continue. Cookies, fun, and even more fun are all the things that one particular playful and cheerful elephant likes to do. Whether it's riding a creeper coaster as many times as possible, over 5 million, I think, or playing with imaginary friends just for fun. This elephant's name was Fizzy, and he's the only elephant in Stampy's lovely world. Fizzy loves finding ways to keep himself entertained, even though most of the time he does it so that he doesn't feel so lonely. He has fun up in the music tower in Stampy's house, where he calls home. It also happens to be just as colorful and bright as he is, other than the lack of chocolate chips on the walls. It was where he could party and have fun all day long, just by himself. He liked telling himself he didn't mind, distracting himself as he did so. But deep down, all he wanted was a friend. Or even better, more than one friend. One day, the elephant had an idea. A fun way to make friends, to celebrate someone else's special day, rather than being the lucky one who opened himself up. out a present on Christmas. He decided to throw a surprise party for Stampy. The cat claimed that it wasn't really his birthday, but the elephant knew better. The party was absolutely fabulous. One of the best parties the elephant had ever thrown for someone else. And he even made new friends along the way. He was happy and delighted to make someone else's day, so he didn't have to be the only one to entertain. And for years after, he never failed to make his friends laugh. He did always find something fun and interesting to do. He was finally truly happy. A kind of glee that he never felt in a long time. He would never forget the day that he made new friends, and would never forget that he could still have fun and be clever, no matter what happens. After all, the first rule about being an elephant, said elephant, never forgets. Never! And Fizzy knew better than anyone that it was true, and no one could tell him otherwise. He was a fun-loving and cheerful elephant, who loved eating cookies, fireworks, and having a party with all those three combined. Or, fun, after all, was his middle name. And he lived up to it to his fullest. No exceptions, no excuses. He was Fizzy Elephant, and no one could be better at being him than he could. And that's the end of that story. I had fun making that one. Yeah, I also wrote some moments from Hint Target Attacks looking at different perspectives, like the helper's perspective, except for hero helpers, because, well, we've seen their perspective in hero helpers. So, yeah, I did it for Horsing Around, Polybot, and a few others. I didn't do it. I only did it with the three helpers, but there are others. I just had fun writing it. And Fizzy is also part of that because, well, Horsing Around, he's a big part of it. And we don't actually know what he does to Viva Dash. And I actually make a funny twist of it. Yeah. Saying, Fizzy is an interesting character. And, yeah, I've had a lot of practice writing in these three perspectives in my book series that I was working on. Now, you don't see their perspective now, but I just reflect off them to here. And it's fun. It is really fun. Yep. Fizzy. Good old Fizzy. Polly. Yep. And William. 3 helpers. Yep. Hopefully someday we'll see them again. But until then, you can enjoy what time you do it. Just think about all that's happened. Maybe even ponder on some theories. It's like, yes, I know Stampy series is definitely had some theories on some things. Leave her channel in the description below. You can check it out if you like. But yeah. And if you do come from there, you should tell her I said hi. Not that I need you to, but it would be nice. I'm just looking at someone's forehead. No, let's scroll down a little bit. Yep. Thank you guys so much for watching. And be sure to like and subscribe so that you can see more of these videos or similar stuff. And hit the bell so you know when I actually upload. Yeah. Because somehow, stories that involve more popular YouTubers are doing better than my own original stories. Which is kind of sad. But hey, I don't mind doing short stories on these guys. If you have any other ideas for me to do, feel free to comment. Yeah, I don't mind. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and my little ramblings and laughter. My attempt at voice acting and sounding pretty funny when I'm just probably over exaggerating. Yeah, to be honest, the helper that I most relate to is Fizzy. So I always had fun writing as him, and I could understand him more than the other helpers. I understand the other helpers. I can get that. It's Fizzy that I can relate to the most because, yeah. We're kind of the same. Take that how you like. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye!